Hi guys, it's Story. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Story and I usually only talk about books, but today I'm doing the books and makeup tag. I've wanted to do this tag for a really long time. I've actually been requested to do it within the past couple of months, so I'm really excited to. I love getting questions on my makeup because I'm like, girl, let me tell you some things. Let me educate you. I'm just kidding. I'm not like some YouTube beauty guru or anything like that. I just have a lot of makeup. I know a lot of things about makeup that will probably get me nowhere in life because I'm not going to be a makeup artist or anything. Yeah, I'm excited to share those things with you while also giving you some insight on some books. The questions are really fun and I feel like a lot of these books I haven't talked about really on my channel, or I haven't talked about them in a really long time. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I was tagged by a couple people when I first started my booktube channel, like the very first year, and I've always wanted to do it. I just never actually sat down and did it because I felt like it would be too much work. But anyways, this is a long enough intro. I've already done my makeup, obviously. I just filmed it and this is what I came up with. It's a little pinky brown action, pink kind of shimmer, lip gloss, you know, kind of action. So if you want to see how I got here and some book recommendations and other fun questions, then just keep watching. All right, let's go ahead and start. I've already done my foundation and primer. I guess primer is the first one, then foundation. I don't really use primer. If I do use primer, I will use the MAC Prep and Prime. I'm not a beauty YouTuber, guys. I don't know how to do this. Really, this is just something I'm trying to get through. I think my mom got it for me a while back. Usually I just use a moisturizer in the morning. I don't actually prime my face, but for foundation, I've been using, and I'm sorry all my makeup is going to be really dirty, but I've been using how do these beauty YouTubers do it? I don't know. Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation. I just randomly decided to try this and it's amazing. I love it. I always mix that with a sort of Maybelline foundation. Again, I'm sorry they're dirty, but I have literally every color in this foundation. It's the Dream Radiant Liquid, but I also use the Dream Liquid Mousse. The whole Dream line is good, to be honest. I feel like the beauty girls on YouTube give this line shit for some reason because it's been around so long, but it's been around so long because it's so good. Okay, it makes your skin look flawless. So I don't know what all the hate is. At least for now. I have literally 20 different foundations. But the question for primer is pick a book that left a lasting impression. So for this, I'm gonna choose Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. I just recently read this. It was 5 out of 5 stars. I'll link my video for it down below. I used a book recommendation service and this is the book that they recommended me. It left a lasting impression because it was my first look at magical realism and I just absolutely loved it. So I have really high expectations for books that are in the magical realism genre now. So I feel like that's why it left a lasting impression. But also Neverworld Wake, I think it's by Marisha Passel. I think about this book all the time. I read it 2 years ago and I can never stop thinking about it. It's so weird. It's just a little weird. It's very unique. It's just very different, and the whole just setup of it and what happened, I just think about it all the time. This book was talked about a lot on YouTube when it first came out, but then no one actually read it and talked about it. Let me just tell you, it will leave a lasting impression on you. It's very weird. I don't even know how I should explain it, but it's basically a girl and her group of friends are in this house and then they get stuck in this loop where they're living the same day over and over again and they're trying to get out of the loop, and they know that only one person will survive. So one person out of the group of friends will live. It's just really interesting. I think about that book all the time. For foundation, pick your favorite book in a series. I'm gonna choose Twilight. No surprise there. Or your favorite first book in a series. Yeah, I don't know what else to choose for this. Out of all the series I've read, I feel like Twilight just stands out of all of them. I'm gonna read Six of Crows soon, so I feel like that could possibly take its place just because I will read it more recently. But yeah, I'm gonna have to choose Twilight. If you don't know, I have a ton of Twilight videos on my channel. I actually made a playlist, so I'll link the playlist down below if you like Twilight. I do all sorts of videos. I actually have one I'm going to do either this month or next month, actually, because I kind of miss doing my Twilight videos. Now we can finally get started on the next stage. So usually I do my brows next. If I look weird, it's because I don't have brows. I can't even see my brushes because my camera's behind them. I'm looking at the original tag video because she has the questions in the description, so I will leave her video down below as well. Eyebrows is number 5. I'm gonna be all over the place with this, but Eyebrows is a book that you think everyone should read. I use it's just a normal brow kit you can get at any drugstore. A lot of people ask me how I do my eyebrows. In person, if I get compliment on my makeup ever, it's always about my eyebrows. Never anything else really. So yeah, I just fill that in, and then I'll go in with a lighter brown for the front so that it's not so like in your face. A book everyone should read is The Truth About Everything by Brianna West. So this is a spiritual book, and by that I don't mean religious, I just mean like a spiritual kind of guidance book. So if you're not into that, then this isn't the book for you, but she literally just talks about everything. Definitely will make you view the world a little differently after you do it. I think right now would be a great time to read this book. I wish that I read this book for the first time now. I read it maybe like a year and a half ago. I got on this like spiritual book kick there for a while. Some of them were more motivational, others were more like spiritual, but definitely a book everyone should read because I think it'll do nothing but bring positive vibes like to your life. It'll make you kind of view everything a little differently for a while, and I feel like a lot of people need that right now. And then I take a brow pomade and I just do the ends real quick just so that they're like sharper, I guess. If you want to listen to a quick audiobook that I think everyone should read, I would say The Alchemist. That's also another kind of spiritual guidance book. Has anyone else been super lazy with their makeup ever since quarantine? Because me. I just don't try anymore. I just don't care. I have all this makeup, like I have 1,000 eyeshadow palettes, and I just do like matte browns every day. So next I do eyeshadow, and then I'll do my eyeliner, and then I do my concealer so that I can clean up the eyeshadow that is on my under eyes, because I just always get really messy with it. I just am trying to do it real quick and I just don't care. And for eyeshadow, it says to pick a book that has your favorite colors on the cover. We'll do that one in a minute, but I want to show you guys my customized palette I got from ColourPop. Can you see it? Maybe we'll do a little like pinky brown action. I don't know. So I'm just gonna start with a transition. So I always do a transition, an overall color. Sometimes I'll just do the transition as the overall color, and then an outer corner color, and then if I feel like doing a shimmer, I'll do a shimmer on top. I try not to do anything too intense anymore. I used to really experiment in college, especially my junior year. Oh my gosh. Some pictures from my junior year is like, girl, what were you thinking? I have like crazy eyeshadow, crazy lipstick. Fun fact, I thought I was going to start a beauty channel before I started my book channel. Not to get super off topic, but that was always my plan because I just got into makeup. I had this huge makeup collection. People told me all the time to start one, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to. I've always loved YouTube and making videos. Why not? And it just never felt right to me. It just didn't feel like it was going to be that enjoyable, and it didn't feel right. And then I started getting into reading soon after. Again, I used to read a lot when I was younger, and I discovered BookTube, and I was like, this is what feels right. Like, I want to talk about my reading. I want to talk about movies. I want to do fun videos towards this hobby I like really enjoy, as opposed to like being in this like competitive beauty YouTube space. And I feel like I've made a good decision because I'm super happy. We're just winging it today. Oh my gosh, that was too much pink right there. I couldn't find a book that had my exact favorite colors because my favorite colors are dark blue and dark purple. And I know there's a book out there that has my favorite colors intertwined together like perfectly. I think it's like all smoky and like YA fantasy like, but I can't remember what it is for the life of me. And I looked through all my books 3 times to find it because I could have swore I had it. I can't find it anywhere, so I must not own it. So I'll put a couple books on the screen, but honestly, they're not like my perfect favorite colors. My favorite purple book cover is Daughter of the Burning City. I can't remember who this is by, but it has dark purples, it has lavender purples, that smoke and stuff. It's so pretty. Like, I bought that just because of the cover, and I don't think I'm ever gonna read that book. I've not heard very great things about that book. So should we do a dark pink? I'm gonna go in with a different palette. I literally have 20. This is from Makeup Revolution. It's the Soph X palette. This palette is so good. This used to be my baby. I barely use the shimmers, to be honest. They're kind of crazy shimmers, but this mirror is everything. It's, oh, I love it so much. I know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to do something from my old Shan XO BH Cosmetics palette. I always just take my finger because brushes never do justice for shimmers, in my opinion. Oh my goodness. But anyways, for blue covers, I really like The Last Magician. It's probably my favorite book cover on my bookshelf, but it's more of like a tealy blue, but I do like the dark blues in it. Also Truly Devious. Truly Devious is probably like an electric blue. So yeah, obviously I can't find my actual favorite colors in book covers. All right, next we're gonna do eyeliner, and I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna do simple eyeliner. And it says pick a dark and mysterious book. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I am reading this book right now. You've probably seen my most recent vlog. If you haven't, I'll link it down below, but I vlogged my experience, you know, getting Addie LaRue and starting Addie LaRue. I've read quite a bit since then, but if you want to get like my first impressions on it, then totally watch that vlog. I can't talk while I do my eyeliners, so give me 1 second and then I'll give you another book. What I use is Maybelline's Master Precise All Day. It might just be called Maybelline Precise. Girl, I have went through and tested so many different eyeliners. This is the best drugstore eyeliner in my opinion. It's like matte, it's not metallic, it's super easy to use, it's not too liquidy, and it's not dry. Like, this is literally the best. Sometimes it does transfer, definitely good. I think it's like $10 or something, so I usually get 2 at a time. Great freaking eyeliner. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my concealer. I also want to mention You by Caroline Kepnes. I guess I'm just going to put 1,000 things in the description because I keep talking about my favorite books, obviously. But I have 2 vlogs where I read you and then I watch the show you and I give you my thoughts. This is a very dark, mysterious book that I loved, like absolutely loved. It's a different experience than I've ever had. I can't. Just don't look at yourself. And that's why I liked it so much. That is a book I've actually read that is dark and mysterious. So now I'm just doing my concealer, and yes, I use my finger because no brush gets it into my skin as well. And I just put it where everyone else puts it, basically. Wash my hands like 3 times while I'm doing my makeup. And then I'll go in with a powder. I'll set that. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to my powder. To be honest, I usually will put a loose powder on my pores because I have quite big pores and my skin gets oily. So lately I've been using the Peach Perfect powder. I just have a small version of it. I got it with foundation and it just looks really good when you pair them together. And then I'll go in with a pressed powder underneath my eyes because my under eyes are really dry. I have combo skin, so it's kind of difficult. You have to, when you have combo skin, you really have to find your products and kind of stick with them, and then other things you can like try out, like eyeshadow and eyeliner and stuff like that, but it's hard. It's definitely worn off. I've been through about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 of these in a row. It's from Catrice. It's a really affordable brand. It's only like $5 for this. I think it's called mattifying powder. This is the best drugstore powder I've ever used. Trust me, your girl is oily, and this is the best mattifying powder that doesn't look matte. That is the key, because we all know that most mattifying powders are like, you see the person, you're just like, whoa, what's wrong with your face? What's wrong with your skin? Something doesn't look right. And it's because it's just too matte. It needs to be more of like a satin, but like actually stays in your pores. I have a lot of feelings about this. Before concealer, it says pick a character you wish you could get rid of. I'm gonna do Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. The series just makes you hate her, but here's the thing about Dolores Umbridge. I wanted to do a video like this one time and I just couldn't come up with enough characters, but she is a pointless character in Harry Potter, and there's not many. There's so many characters in Harry Potter, yet most of them do have a role at some point or are important for some reason. Not for Miss Dolores Umbridge, and this is part of the reason why Order of the Phoenix is my least favorite Harry Potter book and film. She's just not needed for the entire series. The only importance she really has is in the 7th book whenever they need to get into her office, and even then, like, why was the whole 5th book set up the way it was? If not, you could take any bad character or like villainous character and put her in her place. And obviously the 5th book is good, like, to the overall story, but it's more like a connector book, you know, 2nd book syndrome kind of thing where it connects things, but so it's not like as enjoyable. thoroughly does not play an important part in Harry Potter, and I don't think she's needed. I think she's a pointless character. She's just there to hate. J.K. Rowling wants her to represent corruption of the ministry, like being against Harry Potter and like the good side and how it's gonna play in effect later on. And you might say that there means that she's important, but like I said, she can be replaced by any bad, like villainous character. She doesn't actually play a role in everything. Just something to think about if you like Harry Potter. For powder, it is pick your favorite last book in a series. I'm gonna answer that one while I do my bronzer. I know I'm like all over the place. For bronzer, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. This is the first time I've actually used this bronzer and it's really good. I just do my bronzer like in the traditional way, I guess. I just put it where everyone else does. I will mention though, make sure when you do your bronzer, you're pushing it up. You never want to push it down because it'll come down too far, and then you never want to put it on your cheekbones because then it comes downward. So you want to like lift your face more, if that makes sense. I see a lot of people not doing this, to be honest, and it's very noticeable, at least to me, probably not to other people because I'm a psycho. My favorite book to end a series, I'm gonna put Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. I gave the first book in this duology 4 stars, and then I gave this one 4.5. I just felt like it was such a better, well-rounded book. The characters were a little bit more developed. You understand the world a little more, and so the plot is just like so much is happening and not a lot happens in this Savage Song. So I just felt like it was so much better, and it was a good like just ending to the whole thing. I was just way more invested and like involved in this series during the second book. I'm also gonna say Deathly Hallows, whatever, because that is my third favorite book in the Harry Potter series. So Prisoner is my favorite, Half-Blood Prince is my second, Deathly Hallows is my third, and I really like that one. I just wanted to mention something that wasn't Harry Potter as well. Is there no bronzer on here? Girl. I do see blush and highlighter on here. I don't do blush really at all anymore, to be honest, so I'm probably not gonna do blush. I'll do some highlighter though, just to like mix it up. I kind of stopped doing highlighter a while back. For blush, it says pick a book that had some cringe-worthy romance. I know exactly what I'm gonna do for this one. It goes to In 5 Years. I don't know the author. I just listened to this audiobook. I just finished it a couple days ago. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. If you want to see my review, my Goodreads is down below. If you want to keep updated with my reads, I would really recommend following me or friending me on Goodreads, because people will come on my YouTube videos all the time and ask me, what are you reading right now, or what did you just read, since I don't do a lot of those like traditional booktube videos. And I just always say follow me on Goodreads, because if I'm not doing a lot of like traditional booktube videos, it's because they can tend to be boring. That's why I like to do like more fun videos, in my opinion. But oh my gosh, this book. So the thing is, it's not a romance. The book makes you think that this is gonna be a contemporary romance book, and it's not at all. It completely fools you. And that was my biggest problem with it, is that you basically wait for something to happen the entire book and nothing ever happens. There was like such potential for this book, and the author just like wanted to be different and like did things that were just like very silly and not entertaining. Yeah, didn't like it at all. I gave it the second star because I liked the narrator of the book. I felt like she made it more interesting when it actually isn't an interesting book at all. Something happens, and I know everyone loves the word problematic. I hate that word. So I'm not gonna say it's problematic, but it was just like cringy. Like if that happened in real life, if my friend did that or someone I knew did that, I'd be like, girl, your morals are all over the place and I'm not okay with this. This disgusts me. And it's very cringeworthy. I can't say exactly what it is or I'll spoil the book for you, but honestly, don't read the book. Next I'm gonna do mascara, and it says pick a long book. So I'm gonna use Perversion by Urban Decay. This is my favorite high-end mascara. My favorite drugstore mascara is Maybelline My favorite drugstore mascara is Lash Sensational by Maybelline. I'm just gonna say Order of the Phoenix here because I think it is the longest book I've ever read. Order of the Phoenix is like what? Almost 900 pages, like 800 something. I don't know why this has got my lashes feeling weird, but my eyes feel weird right now, like they're heavy. but when I do my reread, it's just gonna take me a while. Like, I enjoy it. Like, every other Harry Potter book gets 5 stars, but it's just so long and barely anything happens, and he's just so mad and like angsty the entire book. It's very negative and like kind of depressing, and then just nothing happens and it just kind of drags on. And then you also hate Umbridge, and then Dumbledore's not talking to him, and Dumbledore's my favorite character. So I just, yeah, I don't enjoy Order of the Phoenix as much as the other ones. Okay, mascara done. I'm gonna do highlight real quick just to answer this question, but it says pick a book that brightened your day, and I'm gonna go with the Caraval series. I know I've talked about this on my channel basically ever since I read Caraval. Legendary was my favorite book of 2018, I think, so I talk about it a bit there. I'm gonna use a ColourPop highlighter that was limited edition. They only sold it one time. It's called Churro, and yes, I use my finger for this as well. I'm sorry if you are disgusted by that. There you go. Everyone feels like a queen. This is highlighter though, let's be honest. The reason I'm choosing the Caraval series is honestly, it's one of those series that is just like pure fun. Like, you just have so much fun, and then once you get invested, you're done for. You get so invested, and then there's drama and so much happening and so many good characters, and the plot is good, and she just throws all these things you didn't expect into it, and it's just so much fun. I just love it so much. I recommend it all the time. I hate when people talk shit about it and they've never even read it, because everyone for some reason thinks it's about a carnival. It's not about a carnival. I'm gonna do my lip liner real quick, so I'll talk in a second. The only lip liner I use is Kylie's lip liners. I have basically, not all of them, maybe like 7 of them or something. I'm really obsessed with Kylie's stuff. She's kind of what got me into makeup, to be honest. And I always put some sort of lipstick as like the base color. I just dab it on. This is from ColourPop. It's called Ariel. It's the Disney line. And then I have a million lip glosses. All I use is lip gloss. This is actually a lip oil. It's from ColourPop as well. This one is called Hot Shot. It's really cute, but I just fade the lip liner out with my pinky into the lipstick so it looks more natural. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I've finished my makeup finally. Geez, that took a while. And I still have to do the lipstick question. Lipstick is your favorite book kiss? And for this, I'm gonna put The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is my favorite contemporary new adult romance I've ever read. It actually got me into the genre. It's so good. If you want to get into that genre, just read The Hating Game. It's really good. There's a lot of tension, sexual tension, and their first kiss is in an elevator. So girl, you know it's good. Yeah, I really want to say Twilight because I can never get over the fact that Bella faints the first time she kisses Edward. She literally faints, and reading that in Midnight Sun was hilarious. He was like, oh, I think she fainted. You okay down there? But that is my look, my like traditional makeup look. My face literally always looks the same. The eyeshadow is just like a different color basically. Of course I have like different lipsticks and foundations and stuff, and I mix it up. That's basically like how I paint my face. So yeah, hopefully I've given you some insight towards books or towards makeup, but hopefully you've like found interest in like the mixture of makeup and books. I really like this tag. I've always wanted to do this tag, so this is really fun for me. If you want to see more like beauty-ish type bookish videos, I guess give this a thumbs up so I know. And of course, if you're not subscribed, please do. I'd really appreciate it if you feel like it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.